I received an email today which was a cry for help in many ways, and it raised a very good point. It said, David, I really want to create content on my website, I'm really motivated to do that, and I can't write. What do I do? I won't mention the name here, but it's a kind of thing. First of all, the email is very honest, and that's appreciated. The problem is more common than you think, and there are two solutions to it. A solution which worked maybe up to the end of 2010 was to go out and buy some content which already exists and slightly modify it. Or even buy some content which already exists, not even bother modifying it. Drop on your website and hope it works for you. This is what content farms did, and they sold content. And it doesn't work anymore. We're in 2011, brand new territory, and really the fate of your site and the fate of your SEO is literally in your hands and your ability to write. I totally get the dilemma you're into, and I have a solution for you. Now realistically, you cannot go out and learn how to write, or you could, but realistically you can't, because it would take time. It will require a lot of energy. It's an additional thing to learn. And already, if you're running a website, you have to do all the other things. But you're stuck here. You really have to learn. You really have to write content. And this is the piece of advice which I give in many of the seminars I carry out, and I also tell people who come to me to be coached on one-to-one. If you have a website and you need to create quality content, just put your thoughts down on paper. Just write the way you would talk to somebody down the pub. It's really as simple as that. We can go into many different writing tips, explain technique, structure, keyword density, the ability to create compelling narrative abilities. At the end of the day, what really matters on the web is the ability to engage your public, the ability to engage the audience which comes to your website. Here's the catch. Most people who think they need to write well have websites which are not engaging in terms of the content they provide. And by content here, I'm not really focusing on the writing itself, because the writing is just a hook. But content on a website is the ability, is what it sells. It could be a product, it could be a service, it could be some kind of information. Now, if those are not compelling, if those are not of high quality enough, if those are not sufficiently in demand to attract the attention of your audience, then you're going to struggle no matter how good a writer you may become. If, however, those things are right, then the ability to write well is really irrelevant. All you need to do is write. Write about what you think those who come to your site need to know about. So, if, to give you an example, suppose you're selling Ugg boots and you talk about Ugg boot care. What's the outlay for a pair of Uggs these days? Maybe about $200–300 depending on the model. Now think about your audience. They spend $200–300 buying a pair of Uggs, and they really need to know how to care about them. You don't have to be a literary genius to tell them that. All they need to know is the practicalities. What do they do? How often do they do it? Does it cost them any money? If it does, how much? If they need special things, where do they get them from? And that's it. This is the kind of information that on a one-to-one basis we can all give to each other, because we've had so much practice. On the web we need to use the written word most of the time to actually communicate, and it does cause problems because it's a skill which needs to be acquired. However, if you write almost the way you talk, you're onto a winner, and that's it.